How about just a little bit on wheels and tires. My philosophy on wheels and tires, first of all, wheels. 18-inch wheels are for race tires, 19-inch are for street performance and track day, and 20 inches for show. And the reason I say that is for 18-inch, all the race tires are 18-inch. So that's why 18-inch tires for race cars. Now, the street cars, I really like 19-inch. I got a lot of tires, a lot of tire choices, a lot of tire sizes for the 19-inch. So that's why I like that. And like 20, I'm not that fond of that for a track wheel and track tire. You got an awful lot of mass in the 20-inch wheel that you don't need. And as far as sizing, in the SN95, when we were running Kermie, we ran a 19, actually by then it was 18 by 9.5. Now we run, because that's all that was available, now we run 19 by 9.5 with a 285/35 all the way around. Really, really good fitment for that car. And we've got a customer that, Roy, who's racing, that we put him up to originally up to 315 in the back on an 18 by 11-inch wheel. And after we put the Daytona prototype motor in his car, then we moved him up to, I believe it was a 13-inch wheel and a 335 or 45, but we had to have kind of like a little fender flare on the back. So I mean, you can get by with a 9.5 front and 10.5 rear on SN95. And the right wheel, you can do an 11 up to a 315, but you need to be sure that you got your back spacing right. S197s, pretty much the standard wheels we use is a 1910 front and 1911 rear with either a 285/35 front or a 295/30 depending on the application, and the 305 at the back. And then again, we can sneak them up to 11.5, maybe 12, and squeeze in a 315. But you need to really be careful because you're running into the shock absorber and inside, so you sort of have to get the right wheels for that. So that's kind of like the sizes I use the most. 385/35 is like number one. It makes a really good square tire all the way around. And then for S197s, 385 front, 305. 285. Excuse me, 285 front, 305 rear. That's a really nice package on 10-11-inch wheels. In fact, that's what I ran on Ruby all the time. And I did on Ruby. I was using front tires on the 285, so I did go to a 295 on a 10-inch wheel. And I actually, to help cut down the front tire wear, I went up 50 pounds on rear spring rate, which is something we'll get into in the workshop. Using spring rate to, I was using this increase the spring rate in the back to make the front work better. Seems weird, but that's kind of the way you have to do it sometimes.